So, good afternoon. Ni afternoon or evening, whatever the time is, man. So here's the thing, buddies. Here's my desk. This is my desk for personal study, and wherever. Now, I want to show you how to turn on a computer system. Yeah, I want to show you how to turn on a computer system. So, I don't have a desktop, but I'm gonna use a laptop. So the moment I'll find a desktop, not necessarily me buying it, but basically wherever maybe I enter into a computer lab somewhere, and see a desktop computer, I will also get to show you how to turn on a desktop computer and pinpoint by just mentioning some of its parts that you're gonna see at the moment. So today I'm gonna use my laptop to show you how you can turn on a laptop. Basically, this concept is just about getting to know how to turn on a computer system. And as I told you earlier, on the topic of classification of computer, I said that you're going to go for three types. That's laptop, desktop, and our smartphone. So whatever I'll be showing using a laptop will apply similar to phones and desktop computers as well. Why? Because these are the types of computer that we get to interact and see on a normal day-to-day life of a human being. But computer are of so many varieties, are of so many different kind. I think to get to know heavily on that, I think you've got to visit the video that I discussed about classification of computer. And no human is perfect. Basically, I might not know everything, and since this is technology, things keep on changing as time passes by. So be rest assured to also do your own personal research, dive deep into reading, so that you can get to expand your knowledge apart from what I'm giving you right now. So here is my laptop, right? This is my study area. As you can see, this is where I get to think, and be creative, and basically they say you are a product of your thought, and if what you see around you is not to your satisfaction, I think you got to change your upstairs. Thus, you got to change your thinking, you've got to change your mindset, because brain is the most important element or body part. So everything starts from there before, disseminating to other body parts. So yeah, that's it. Now let's get into the video tutorial of today. So I want to show you how to turn on a computer. Basically, I'm going to use a laptop, as I stated earlier on this video, but whenever I'll see a desktop somewhere, be rest assured that I'll record a video on it and show you how to turn it on, and basically the basic component part, that you need. So it's usually advised that before you turn on a computer system, you've got to ensure all the computer ports are well and fully connected. Now for laptop, that's already done, because a laptop is a portable computer that is inbuilt into one device. So all these components you see here are well compacted together, and come as a fixed device. Now, just to mention the few component parts that you get to see before learning how to turn on a laptop is, now you can see there, that's a Wi-Fi, right? I'm using, these are Panasonics. I can say it is a Panasonic, sorry. Allow me put this back. So this is a Panasonic laptop, let me just turn it on. It is a Panasonic CMXF, as you can see. Now, the reason why I had to choose this laptop is that it comes with the components, the elements of laptop of long time, in comparison with today's technologies as well. So quick, fast, manner, slow. So you can see this is where you turn on the Wi-Fi, just like on your mobile phone. Whenever you want to turn on a Wi-Fi, you can turn it off as well, so that is on, and you can connect to a Wi-Fi network. That's the earphone jack, that's the microphone jack, as you can see, or port. Then this is USB, right? So we've got two of them. Each and every USB port there have got different function. I think we're gonna come on that later on. This is HDMI, that if you want to connect to an external screen, like the television, if that's the case. This is the Ethernet port, that is if you want to connect this to a router, Wi-Fi router. This VGA is like HDMI, but VGA it's a past component. It's like it's for a long time. It's a traditional one, right? Then you know, with advancement of technology, now we are from VGA to HDMI. Basically, these two, you can use them to connect your computer to an external screen. So if you want to, if you don't want to view whatever it's happening using your computer's laptop screen over here, so you want to project all these into a television somewhere, so you got to buy these HDMI cable, which it's of today's technology. But if you've got a television screen that have got VGA means video graphic adapter, if I'm not wrong, I stand to be corrected. So this the HDMI of long time. Right, so HDMI is the modern technology we use today, then VGA is the traditional one. So it comes with both, so it's convenient for me. That's why I had to pick the Panasonic one. I guess this is the power port, right? As you all can see, this is the power port. Yep. I think there's nothing much here to show about. And yeah, so what else do you need here? So this is a pen, because this laptop is touchscreen, so that's an S Pen. And yeah, this is how the back looks like, you know. I think as we progress, as we get to dive deep into the computer parts now, getting to show you them, I think I'll have to open back here, because I've got my drive over here, so there's nothing to worry about, you know. So yeah, I've got my drive over here, so I'll always open to show you the parts of the laptop, and as well, whenever I gain access to a desktop type of computer, I'll also free to open it. Now let's get into how we can get to turn on a computer system. Now we are going to use my laptop over here. Now, one thing I need you to know is that each different brand of laptop come with different features, you know, different button located differently and all that. Now, because I'm using a Panasonic, basically you've got to turn on your computer before using it. So what you need to know is that laptop must come with power button. Now, most laptops usually come with a power button somewhere around here, right? Somewhere around here. But for me, since I'm using a Panasonic, okay, so here goes my this is the DVD part area. My power button is over here. Hope you all can see that, right? So here goes my power button. So the moment you press that, you know, across that way, I think it's gonna turn on, you know. So let's get into it. So allow me to turn it on. So I'm pressing my power button. Boom, there it is. And let's give it time. You're gonna see the screen, you know, beginning to turn on. So you can see there goes the light. So you can see now Panasonic. So allow me turn off the light, the torch, that is, since it's reflecting. Okay, I think it's cool even. Now let me place it there. So there it is. It's on 6th October, Monday, 2025. You can see the time there. Yeah, and so having turned on your computer, I think you've got to come and input your password. So you'll allow me to put in my password there, and then I'm gonna be welcomed, you know. I'm gonna be taken in, and boom, from here now you can begin now doing what? You can now begin operating your computer. You can now begin operating your computer. Now basically, when you turn on your computer, where we are taken to, the area that you currently see, you know, the welcoming area of your computer screen, we call it the desktop area. We're going to discuss this more as we indulge more into practical. Now, I think we are done with the theory, so we are almost starting the practical. But before we come there, we'll have to discuss the keyboards as well, because keyboard is one of the component part of a computer system that help us to key in command, right? To key in commands, you know, as well using the mouse, right? So I have no physical mouse over here. Basically, we're going to use the touchpad. We call it the soft mouse. So I don't have the hardware component mouse. But for desktop, I think it has to be there, right? So allow me close all these tabs. They are startup programs, and I'm going to show you, if you open your computer, these startup programs that normally come like this. So how do we get to remove them if in case they piss you off? So we've got a lot of content to discuss. My clock is almost 10 minutes. I don't want this to surpass 10 minutes. Yeah, basically that's it. And in case you want to turn it off, there's so many ways you can turn off your computer, right? But of course the easier way is by just coming back and pressing the power button, and it's gonna read shutdown. Shutdown is a computer term that simply means it's switching off. That's it. Bye bye for now. Hello there, homies. I've got an opportunity to get into a computer lab, and I want to seize this opportunity so that I can get to fulfill my promise of getting to show you how to turn on a desktop type of computer. Now, basically, desktop computer with laptop, they work kind of similar, but again, there's a slight difference in them, because laptop is not desktop, and again, desktop is not laptop. So, if time will always allow us, I'm going to show you the slight difference in them. But today, we want to get to learn and know how to successfully and professionally turn on a desktop type of computer. So this is what a desktop type of computer looks like, right? Apart from laptop, I told you that we've got different types and varieties of computer, right? But the ones that we normally see and use on our day-to-day life and interact with are either laptop or desktop. Now, depending on the environment that you work in, right, or you work at. Now, if you're a scientist, of course, you're going to use a different kind of computer. If you are in military also have got specialized type of computer that they use over there, but basically personalized computer at home, at work, in office, I think we mostly use either laptop or desktop. So here goes a sample or a vivid example of desktop type of computer, and right now I want to show you how to successfully turn it on. So before you turn on any computer system, of course, the first advice is that you've got to ensure all the parts are well and fully connected, which in our case it is already. Now, I'm not going to disconnect this because this is not my lab, so to avoid unforeseen circumstances, so I'm just going to get direct into it. But inshallah, if nearby future I'm going to have some little cash, of course I'm going to purchase, the desktop type of computer, and show you this tutorial, while in my house. So, this is the desktop type of computer, and let's get into it. So, first advice is that you've got to ensure that all the computer component parts are well and fully connected. Now, what are the parts? Now, you cannot have all the things you need for you to get started, right? So you basically have to keep going and get started with what you got. Now, these are the basic component part of a desktop type of computer that you need for you to get started and keep going. This is the screen, whose function helps to project, to display and reflect information or activity that you perform in it. This is the keyboard that helps us to type text-based information. We use the mouse to key in command, basically to select programs, open, close, and many more other of its functions. So these two are subclassified in one group as input device. Basically, they help us to key in data, and we're going to discuss it with the heavyweight it deserves after this. This is the system unit. This system unit are of two types. This kind of system unit, we call it tower. As you all know, that tower is a building structure that runs upward vertically the sky, so hence the name. Apart from this, we've got desktop. So desktop is horizontal. When you flip this, so it becomes now desktop type. Now, at the back end, so we've got some wires, some cables connected. Now, what you didn't know is that this is a traditional type of computer, as you can see. And that's why we have laptop that have come to replace this. After laptop, I don't know what next technology we're going to have, but they say that change is something that is inevitable, and with technology, change do happen day in, every second, every month, every year, and all that. Now, this is the back end of a desktop type of computer. So this is the cable that I was talking about, the VGA cable that helps to display information on the screen. Now, remember, this component here, we call it the system unit, right? And it has got some of the major critical and important component part in it, including the brain of the computer, what we call the CPU, that is in charge of processing, basically converting the activity that we perform to produce the end result that we desire. Amongst another component found in here is, we've got so many components: the fan, the power supply unit, the hard disk drive, the RAM card, which is the main memory, since it holds to the programs, that it holds to the activity that we execute, within the programs that we open. Now, without further much talking, right? So we are just trying to look at the back end of a computer, how it looks like, desktop to be specific. So this is the VGA cable, right? I stand to be corrected. In full, stand for video graphic adapter, that whose function basically is to help us reflect information that's in here to come and be displayed on our screen. We've got Ethernet port. Not port, cable. This is an Ethernet cable. So the hole that is inserted to is what we call the Ethernet port, right? This is the USB cable. I think it's for keyboard and mouse. This is the power cable. This is our power source over here. right? So it's advised that before you turn on your computer system, basically all you need to do is that you've got to ensure that the parts of the computer system are well and fully connected. Now in this case they are already. How do we gain, if ever in case you want to disconnect it? Now I can't, because this is not my personalized computer. So as I've told you that inshallah in the nearby future, if I got some little cash, I'm gonna buy a desktop of my own and show you to tiny details, in depth, each and every concept that I'm speaking about here, right? Cool. So this is the power cable, our power source, could be wall socket, could be extension socket, could be generator, and all that. So this is all you need. So how do you get to turn it on? So first step is having assured that the computer parts are well and fully connected. You turn on the electricity from your power source, because basically we define computer to be an electronic object. So that simply means that it must be using electricity, and with it using electricity, it must be coming from somewhere. So where does it come from? Our power source. And you all can see that the socket is already on, right? So from here, we come next now to our computer system. Now, the component parts, that's the system unit and the screen, are the ones that we basically turn on, and they come with power button. Now, the position of the power button, I think this will differ depending with the brand, of the components of the computer you're using, and the version and the model and the year of manufacturization. Yote tisa kumi ni kwamba it must come with a power button. You can see mine is located over here. You can see the famous power iconic logo over here. So this is our power button. So I basically turn it on. Now what about the screen? Also comes with the power button. I turn it on. Now why do you have to turn on the screen? So that the information now, can be reflected. Yeah. So there is no which can you turn on first? Is it the screen or the system unit? There is no formula to that. I basically just turn on, the screen, and having turned on the screen, turn on the system unit, or you can decide to turn on the system unit first, then later on come and turn on the screen. Either way, you will have successfully turned on your computer. From here now, you can now choose which account you want to log in. A computer could have one account, but you can as well create multiple accounts, as you can see here. So how do we do that? I think that's a concept of another day. As long as you'll be with me till the end, you're going to learn all these. Because in an instance scenario where there is only one computer that is to be shared with so many people, then the best option for it is to ensure that each and every person have got their own account and put up their own password, so that the other one cannot intrude into another one account, without any permission. Now allow me put password. So I've already put in the password, and you press enter. Enter is more or less like OK on our mobile phones. So so that so we sit back and wait for computer response, hoping that we'll be logged into the computer system and now begin using it. Now this logging in might take some time depending with the properties that your computer comes with. RAM, memory affects the speed, efficiency in your computer. And also the processor, that's the CPU, right, also affects the speed of your computer. So those are the two common factors or components or features that you need to look up to if you are looking for a high speed end type of computer. Now, there we are inside the computer already. So where are we at? We are at the desktop area, what we basically or commonly or typically call it the home screen. Right? So we have got so many other locations inside the computer system, but the one that normally welcomes you is the desktop area. As you can see, what do you get to see? So many things. The wallpaper, what you call the taskbar, the files and folder. We're going to discuss all that. Now, with that done, having known how to turn on your computer, how do we get to turn it off? There are so many ways on how you can turn off your computer. You can either press the power button, right, directly, and that will turn off your computer. You can go to your power source there. The power source that I've said, that's the socket, and turn it off, and or alternatively, you can come to the start menu. Start menu is where you gain access to the applications that are installed or softwares. Then to the famous power iconic logo, you can as well select shutdown. But with this, it will basically turn off the system unit, not the screen. So the screen will still be on, and you basically come and turn it off. Or alternatively, you can use a keyboard shortcut that is alternate with F4. And the very first option is to shut down. All you need to do is press enter, and it's going to shut down. Now then you come on to your screen and press the power button. And press the power button. Now you see what it reads? Shutting down. Shutting down simply means switching off the computer. Now, this process only switch off the system unit. So you've got to come back to your screen and press the power button there for you to successfully turn it off. And that's how we successfully switch down our computer system. Till the next time, bye-bye.